Yo, God continues to show favor on me in just the smallest ways. Like, I give glory, I give praise, I give honor to the King, to the Queen, to the maker of the universe, to the creator of all of me. So, it's just, prayer really works. I've been trying to be as intentional as possible lately with my prayer life. I've been sitting with myself. I've been talking to God about my fears, about my struggles, about not being content, not being sure, not trusting, not being committed, and struggling with my discipline, and struggling with my faith and my relationship with God, and trusting that God is with me even in the smallest things. How do I even begin to unravel this? Let me think. I'm trying to see. Okay, so I've been praying for some breakthroughs, just for things to just, run a little bit more smoother, to alleviate some of the stress and worries that I have around my pregnancy, around my life, around everything. But it isn't just enough for me to pray and ask God to show up for me. There is a certain level of positioning, whether it's at rest, at peace, sitting still and waiting. There's a certain level of work, rather, that's getting up every day and doing what you can, doing what's in your control, handling your responsibilities in that way. And I've been struggling to know the difference, knowing when I need to rest, when I just need to sit still and wait for God, when I need to do what can I do? What is in my control? What has God given me stewardship over and given me authority to operate in my life? And so I just been deeply praying. Every moment is a prayer. Every moment is a moment of reflection. Every moment is a moment of just sitting with the reality that God has helped me create. So one day I was like intentionally, I was fixated on the fact that I needed some water. I was fixated on like, I need to go in this building, let me see if they have a water fountain or something. I was dehydrated, I was thirsty. I had left the house sporadically, didn't do anything properly, just was trying to get the meeting over with and get back home. And I didn't have anything, literally. I was empty-handed. And I was just like persevering, like, okay, God, I didn't do what I'm supposed to do this morning to handle this situation, but I'm gonna be home in maybe the next hour or so. Make sure I get hydrated, make sure I give myself the water, the drinks that I need. So a man came over, he saw me, and he was like, hey, it wasn't just the act of him giving me something to drink, it was his energy, his demeanor, the words he used. It was like I knew 100% that this was a sign that God was carrying me, that God heard me, my cry, that God was willing to provide me from even my smallest need in the now. Right here, right now, I need water. God gave it to me. So, y'all, today's a new day. I've been still on that high, just reflecting on that beautiful moment. So, and I'm just trying to be as intentional as possible. Some days I go blank. Some moments I just forget that, God is with me at all times. And I forget how powerful my presence and my focus and the thoughts and things are, even when you're doing simple things. So I've been I'm not fasting per se, because I don't want to go through the controversial things about you don't supposed to fast when you're pregnant, yada, yada, yada. Look, I'm not doing a full fast. I'm aware of my body. I'm aware of my babies. I'm aware of what's going on. I'm aware of what my doctors have properly informed me, and I'm taking the necessary precautions or steps that I feel are necessary to maintain my health throughout the pregnancy. So I've been limiting my intake of food and when and just how, and being intentional about how much I try to eat and if it's even necessary for me to eat at certain times or different things, because oh my gosh, this is lavender. So boom. Yeah, I'm finna take some of this lavender. This is fucking lavender, y'all. This is a beautiful lavender plant. Like, that's beautiful. Okay, I didn't even realize it until I smelt it. It has to be some type of lavender. Okay, so I'm hungry as heck at this point. This is my maybe 3rd week doing this, but only like I don't do it every day throughout the week. It's specific days that I feel and get a feeling that this is what you got to do. Just go for it. Just see where your mind goes, where it takes you. Just pay attention to your body. So, didn't bring any lunch. I brought like an orange. I brought some crackers, and I had some little Twizzlers, some little candies to snack on. So, as I'm getting out of school, y'all, I'm at this point, I'm hungry. I'm like, I need food, and most of the time when I'm this hungry, I crave one thing: tacos. So, I go about my day, getting through things, and I then my bad, my brain kind of split. Okay, so I get to one of the train stations that helped me get to my house, and a kind black man was sitting there, older gentleman. He was enjoying himself a delicious looking pizza, and I simply said, you share some of that with me? It sure look good. Then he was like, huh, what you said? I said, no, I was just messing with you. And so time went moved before he was enjoying his pizza. I wasn't really serious, but I am hungry and it does look good. That was real. But I wasn't like, asking the man to give me some of his food. So another man walks by, asked him for a square, and I'm thinking he's talking about like a cigarette, because that's another name for cigarettes. If you know, you know. So I'm thinking he was saying he wanted one of them cigarettes. He kept asking him, asked him about 3-4 times. The man said, listen, I'm not finna keep telling you no, and I'm not giving you any. If anybody gonna get some of this, it's gonna be the young lady right here. And I thought he was like talking about cigarettes. I'm like, no, I don't need no cigarette. I'm done with that. But he was talking about the pizza the entire time. So boom, my train come in, he get on the same train, he eats his second to last slice and offers me the last slice, and I was like, are you sure? He was like, absolutely. And I said, well, thank you, I will take it. Yes, I am hungry, it does look good. Shoot, it was just a perfect exchange. It was innocent, it was honest, it was genuine. And I thank God for that in that moment, because I was genuinely hungry. I just asked someone in my family to actually send me money so that I could eat. So, once he sent me, I already knew I was going to eat when I got home, because I'm like, I got some money, I can order me some food when I get to the house. But the man gave me the sauce piece, and it was the best thing going. I wanted to eat that for when I got home, but they don't get it delivered. So I get to the other train stop where I'm supposed to be going home at, and go to the restroom. And another man, he was like, "Ma'am, are you hungry by chance?" And I was hungry, but I didn't want to accept his food. Not that I didn't not that I had any thoughts or ill, not that I feel any type of way about him or his food, but just out of courtesy, I don't know, I just felt like, no, it's not necessary for me to get food from him too. And I got money for food when I get to the house. And honestly though, I should have taken it, not only because he offered it, but because I genuinely am hungry. I genuinely do need food. It's not a weird situation. It's an honest situation. But it's just another moment of, just the goodness of God. God will provide for you. God will make a way for you. All you have to do is make a little noise, activate yourself within your prayer life, and stay focused on God and the truth, and things will happen. And I'm just grateful for that realization in that moment, because had I, everything was a process, I wouldn't have had today's experience if it wasn't for the other days. I wouldn't have had the other day's experience if it wasn't for the moment I sat my own self down, opened myself up to God, and prayed for resolution and solution and favor and grace and mercy and understanding and peace and all the things I felt I needed at the time. So I feel like those things worked hand in hand, and ultimately God came through and was signifying to me that if I continue to grow my faith, if I continue to trust, I will be covered. I will be provided for. I will have my needs met, and things will be okay. And I truly believe that, it's the small things that God is actually preparing me for, putting me in a place of being okay to receive. And this last little moment I just had, I missed it. I should have accepted it. Because it was only an opportunity for God to showcase their divine power, his divine power, her divine power, however you want to look at it, and to cover his daughter, their daughter, her daughter, however you want to look at that. And I'm just grateful. I'm really grateful. I'm super excited. I feel good about that exchange, and I trust that God has so much for me over the next month, the next few days, the next hour. Things can happen because I'm really doing something in my life, and God is really showing me that all I really need to do is give it to him. It don't matter if I'm doing the best and I ain't having no struggles. Thank you, God, for no struggles. Doing the worst, got every struggle in the world, God. I was like, I just came over there too. I was like, I don't see her over here. Hold on.